council has assembled. They are eager to hear your report.
Okay. A slight false start, but we're good to go. Thank you so much to the chat room for putting up with this, for being patient, and for letting us know that all the sound was muted. But I do believe we can all be heard now. So we begin tonight's meeting of the council by calling the council to order. Hello to everyone, and thanks for joining us. The council is a live Twitch talk show and podcast discussing Star Wars: The Old Republic. I am Redna, and I have hijacked the feed for the night. With me are Elise.
Hey!
And Magic.
Of course. Hi.
Sechari was unable to holo call in, so we've got a holo image of him. What are we talking about tonight, Elise?
We are going to be talking what everybody is talking about, which is the roadmap.
Yes. I'm excited about this. I don't know about you guys, even though I feel like it took forever. Anyways,
they got it out like right at the hour, right on the wire there of 90 days or a little over or whatever. Go on.
Mm-hmm. After our live broadcast, we promise we'll make sure the audio is actually working, but after our live broadcast, you can find our recorded episodes everywhere podcasts are found and on our YouTube channel. Just click the panel below-ish, somewhere down there, and you'll be able to find our website at thecouncilswotor.com. And if you check our social media, you'll find us on Twitch. And you'll find us on Facebook.com/CouncilSwotor. We also have a Twitter, and it's amazing because we put all kinds of stuff on there. And that's at the Council Swotor. You can also find our Patreon page at thecouncilswotor.com. And just in case if you might have missed it, we are the Council Swotor. Just so you know. Okay. Anyways, Council Swotor. So this week, I just wanted to ask you guys a simple question. What is your favorite game mode in SWTOR? Like game mode, do you like group content, like flashpoints, operations, things like that? Or single playing? Do you like to just solo play and you don't like to play with others? Or are you into, like, all of it? Like, what is your favorite gameplay mode in SWTOR? And change to that mode of gameplay, would you be changing from it or to it in the coming months? Like, have you not played it for a while? So, at least you first.
Wow. I like PvP and group content, but I am not a hard mode group content player, really. And my outfits. And strongholds. But
Strongholds? What? What do you put in Strongholds?
More decos!
What?
Yes. I need more of those. That's it.
I think I might have heard that somewhere else before.
Maybe. I might have mentioned it once or twice, perhaps. Maybe.
Okay, so would you change away from that because of changes in the roadmap, or do you think you'll stick with it?
No. Yes.
No,
I mean,
yes,
I
okay.
always do I always like to do the story, but I'm not a story first really kind of player. So I do the story, and then that's what I spend my time doing is PvP, group content, WOG, and then finding cute outfits for my space Barbies, and then decorating their house. With
Well,
more
I like Space Teresa because Barbie's blonde and I was never blonde.
Yeah. Oh, and pets. I do like pets, and we're getting a free one.
Ooh, we are?
That was in the
Oh,
roadmap.
that's right.
You get the mini mogul, which is one of my
right?
favorite pets ever. The mini mogul. It's the one I pull out when we do KP.
Yeah, it's okay. I finally just recently got it like earlier this year, and I'm like, it's not a big a deal for me. I waited for years to get the thing, and I finally got it. I'm like, this is it.
I love that thing. I put my hat on for KP, and I bust that thing out, and it's a good time. Anyway, yes.
So, Redna, what's your favorite game mode? Will you be changing away from that, or will you be sticking with it?
I'd say that definitely my favorite game mode would be either Sabik or Pazik, but it doesn't sound like they're going to be doing much with this information,
SWOTOR?
so I'm a little disappointed.
Not like Star Wars in general. I mean SWOTOR specifically, since this is the Council SWOTOR.
Right. She asked you about SWOTOR, Redna.
I don't know. I didn't prepare an answer for that.
Wow.
Redna.
GSF, they're coming out with a new map. They did exactly what we said, not a new game style. They're adding maps in the existing.
Good recovery.
It's going to expand the stuff. It's going to be BA. I'm really super psyched about that. There's so much in this roadmap, though, that really I want to talk about it. So you tell me what you like, Magic.
Okay. I am kind of a jack of all trades, so to speak, except for GSF. That is the one trade that just does not happen in this girl's game moding, okay? So I absolutely am obsessed with hard mode raiding, and I have gotten to do some nightmare raiding, and the moment you get a nightmare boss down, you're like, yes! Freaking yes! Like, I am an addict that moment when you actually win, even if like only one or two people are left in your raid alive and you get that last hit and they go down, it is a high. It is like thrill seeking for me. So definitely nightmare type stuff into that. I also really love PvP of all kinds, but definitely ranked is a big deal for me. Just not so much on Harbinger. Sorry guys, but Harbinger ranked PvP can suck really bad. But I really loved it on Shadowlands. Really, really loved it. I love pets. I love the cosmetics. Absolutely love the cosmetics of it. I love the strongholds. I love the grinding. I love all the stories. Lots of grinding. The CHP stuff,
what
not
are
a
you
big
most
deal.
looking forward to in the coming months? Because obviously you like the whole game. We get it. One
What am I
thing.
most looking forward to? Okay.
You have to pick one thing.
Okay. I guess the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is the server merges, and it has nothing to do with my game mode other than the fact that queue pops will increase because people from different servers that really like to do operations, flashpoints, PvP and stuff, they'll be together, so people of like mind will be queuing, hopefully. That is the goal, at least. So to me personally, I'm looking forward to that because I want my queues to pop even faster. I don't want to wait 2 and 3 minutes before. I'm used to back in the day, you queue up, instant pop, or wait like a minute or two in between matches and there'd be a pop, not waiting 5, 10, 20 minutes. So that's what I'm just looking for.
What I'm actually hoping is that we end up discovering that the queue takes a minute, but matchmaking actually works. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Give me a minute with an actual fair match, and I'm going to be super psyched about that. But anyway, if we're talking about a roadmap that literally touches virtually every aspect of the game, right down to the hardware that the servers are run on, what on earth could we poll for the week?
Well, we are polling about the upcoming changes that were mentioned in the fall 2017 roadmap. So, the exact question is, are you excited about the coming changes to SWOTOR outlined in the fall 2017 roadmap? And your choices that folks who got to vote this week were yes, no, I don't care, or what changes. Now, sadly, I would usually say, now I'd like chat to go ahead and vote, and Lady Danny, can you help us out? However, we have technical difficulties this week, and we can't poll the audience. However, feel free to go ahead and comment in the Twitch chat about what you would have voted if you do. We just won't be able to tally it up, but we would like to see it.
Yes.
So, my fellow council members, while we are seeing if anybody wants to... We're seeing.
I'm just telling you, no discussion. No discussion. The answer is yes. Okay, just yes.
We got Magic.
Moving on.
Yes. Redna, what about you?
Yeah, I want to be contrary. I want to say I don't care or what changes, but no, hell yeah.
Told you. No, it's yes.
Yes,
and yourself, Elise?
And it's a yes for me. I don't know if I'm nearly as like super stoked like you two are. It's not that I'm not stoked. I am, but I think I'm more interested in my big happiness is the server merges. But I've been asking for server merges for
forever.
Probably since I started playing this game. But I specifically asked Eric Musco last year at the meetup when this was going to happen. So
I got really tired of paying money for server slots, and I was like, I just want Shadowlands and Bastion to merge so all my tunes can be together and I don't have to keep transferring tunes over. And then they do the merge, and what do? They do the Bastion and Harbinger together. I'm like, that's not the server I currently wanted to merge with, but okay, at least I'll get to play my old tunes again.
I'm a big tent person, and I like lots of people to play things and, whatever. So more people together to do things together makes me happy.
Stuff.
Yeah. Like things. So that's what I'm most stoked about in this whole thing is
whole stuff and junk.
Is server merges.
I'm going to answer for Sechari here because we kind of chit-chatted just a little bit, and I think there are things he's definitely excited about. I'm not going to tell you what because he'll tell us when he gets back, but I'm just saying that he was not disappointed that a roadmap like this was released. So, yeah. Anyways,
I know a lot of boo-hoo. I'm gonna be contrary to the boo-hooers tonight, and they might have boo-hooed that this came out a little late, and it's like, ooh, I mean, it wasn't down to the minute, the day, the week. I mean, they were a little late. This was worth being late for. This is a real roadmap. It's not just like, here's some things that we've been working on
eventually,
that we'll get to eventually.
We might do this.
Right, no, this is like, hey guys, here's a full freaking gauntlet of everything we're trying, and we're dumping millions of dollars into physical hardware to actually migrate all of our existing servers onto higher processing, more capable hardware so that the game runs more smoothly and can handle higher populations, therefore being able to bring these populations into single servers, West Coast, East Coast, 3 for Europe, 1 French, 1 English, 1 German. As far as I'm concerned, this is just win, 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 win.
I like that too. So a lot of the stuff I like are not the flashy stuff. They're the same as Red. I really do like they're investing in the game. It gives me hope that people are taking it seriously and we're not getting tossed. So, or just as a backdoor moneymaker, So that makes me happy.
All right, so I should actually go ahead and let you guys all see physically. This was the question that we went ahead and put out there. Now, I was actually hopping chat rooms a little. Magic, were you able to get the bot to work at all, or has it not shown up for sure?
I haven't attempted it. I can try. I don't know.
I think it'd be okay if we don't beat this week.
Viewer list, so that's fine. I think that generally we've discovered that the chat room tends to be on par with our results.
Excellent.
As such, let's show our results, and you can tell them about it, Elise.
All right, sounds good. So, out of 654 votes, the overwhelming majority, 60%, were also in favor of the upcoming changes and the excitement of the upcoming changes. 60%. 16% were not. 15% said, what changes? And 9% were like, I don't care. So, cool. All right, so why don't we talk about
I'm kind of happy that we had, people that weren't even aware that there were changes incoming. At least we get an indication of which of our people aren't hopping on forums or tracking that closely that are participating,
Right. I mean, 57 people, that's not one or two.
That's why when we came up with the poll, I'm like, make
No,
sure you do what changes, because there's going to be
101.
some people who won't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said don't care. I'm sorry. You're right. 101 for what changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they'll find out when they get in there, which will be exciting, right?
If they get in there. Now they're going to be like, what are these people talking about?
well,
Hey, you
I
kids,
wonder,
get off my
had
lawn.
we put what is SWOTOR instead of what changes, if the results might have been the same.
Okay, that for now on, no matter what our poll is, we need to have that option on there.
What is SWOTOR?
What is SWOTOR?
That would be kind of funny. All right. Well, why don't we chit chat about the roadmap?
Okay.
Do we want to just go ahead and talk about each section, or how about if why don't we start with Magic? What do you want to talk about? What you're most excited about? Why don't you lead off and pick a section? We have lots of them, so
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. All right. Well, I guess since I raved so much about operations, maybe I'll hit on that a bit.
good idea.
I would have to say that I'm interested in the next boss, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce this. Nahut? The Son of Shadows?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Gods of the Machine, Boss 3. And the reason why I'm excited about that is because as annoyed as I was the last time we talked about it, about them releasing one boss or like one section of the raid at a time, like I was definitely annoyed about it, but I'm just so happy about this roadmap and the things that are going on that I guess my mind just was like, oh, no big deal. And I just kind of let it go. So now I'm all like, yeah, the next boss of the raid. So I'm really excited about that. I will say the dude looks freaking crazy. I found the graphic for it and forgot to give Brendan the link, so he can't put it up. But this dude looks kind of nuts. He kind of looks like a robot from several different shows merged together. But then it looks like he's not all quite there. Like he's asymmetrical, so to say. Like he's kind of not there, and I'm kind of thinking like the others look perfect. Like Type is the god of rage, and he's all like crazy angry about things, and he has stacks of rage and stuff. Then you got the twins, who is just insane. There's stuff going on everywhere from every angle, under you, over you, on this side, on that side, in front of you, behind you. And then this dude looks so not perfect, and so I want to know what is his part of the operation gonna be, because they're all perfect and he's not, and he's the son of Shadows. So I want to know, wait, who's the mom and dad of Shadows? Like I need to know who these people are. So I'm interested in this because I hope it opens up a new section. Like if we have to deal with suddenly a third empire appearing and there's a whole nother power in the galaxy, I want to dive into this section. I want to be in the operations, and I want to see the gear tokens, like how all that stuff is going to work now. I will say, they said coming next is Skyva and Isaacs. That'll be available in 2018. My thing is, like, it says the Son of Shadows, so I'm like, okay, now are they going to say, like, Skyva and Isaacs are the parents? Or do we ever know? Or are they just going to leave us hanging? Because if so, I'm going to just speak to somebody about that, because that will bug me forever. Don't call someone a son if you're not going to mention who the parents are, unless the Shadows, he was born of the Shadows.
Did they really go into any lore with the twins? I mean, was it really, like, deep lore?
Not really. No, and Tythe wasn't either, which I'm assuming, like, at the end of this operation, we'll find this stuff out, which is why I bring that up. Like, I'm hoping once it's all said and done and you finally beat the very last of all these bosses, that it will give you some kind of story to it, because the rest of this, like, all these little expansions have been pure story. So I hope at the end of this is not just an operation done. Like, there's a bit of story to, like, conclude it. Because, with all the Dreadmaster stuff, there was always a story through the whole thing, So I hope there's a story about it like that. Also, the thing about Ops Passes. I know a lot of people have been asking for Ops Passes, and I heard a little rumor, but that could be an issue. What do you guys think? Like, I personally would like Ops Passes just because once in a great while my husband wants to get on and raid with me, but he'll only do it like 2 or 3 nights in a row and then doesn't want to do it. I don't want to pay for an entire month if he doesn't ever log on except for like 1 week out of the month,
I am a big tent person, again, like I said earlier. So I think the more people that we have playing, however they choose to play, is better than not. So I have always been in favor of Ops Passes. I got unhappy when they took them away, and I am going to be super stoked if they bring them back. So I
I'd
just
like to
think
see
it
him
makes
bring
the
it back,
game
too.
more, yeah, I mean, it just makes the game more accessible. And I think that's something we should be doing. It's not like I mean, this game isn't the, new hotness, as it were. So we need more, we need to be more accessible
Well,
to, to be compete.
and frankly, even if their research has shown that it's barely available or barely utilized or whatever, at the end of the day, having it available means that there's nobody that can complain that they don't have the access.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
quite frankly, I do understand that. I've got lots of friends, and I know lots of people that if they're into the operations, they're definitely more the type that they're just going to sub up when they're doing
Right.
the operations and unsub when they're done. But I completely, I want to be able to con my wife into, coming in one night and, oh, don't worry, I bought you an ops pass. Here you go. It's all good. And I had done that in the past. And on that note, so yeah, having recently been married and transitioned in jobs and all kinds of IRL stuff, I'm basically broke. And unfortunately, because of this roadmap, I'm having to pay for a second sub because my wife is definitely coming back.
Which is awesome.
Say, unfortunately, all I hear is, that's wonderful, Red. Now find more money.
I know I'm looking for a second job, but
Gotta
Well,
pay Star Wars somehow.
And also, they're going to be doing, that it kind of got lost, I thought, maybe a little bit, but the United Forces Group Recon title, you get an opportunity of getting a new title if you do GFF, Group Finder PvE activities. You have to do 3 of them to get a new title. Titles are always cool.
oh,
Yeah.
use the LFG tool. Okay.
Yes. Yep. All right, anything
I'm-
else about operations?
Not about operations. I am looking forward to finding
Okay,
out more
that's
about
fine.
what this Group Finder Q changes are that are going to be coming.
Yeah.
More specifics on that, because the potential for improvement is wickedly significant. If it's just a matter of tacking more things onto it, it's going to be underwhelming.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to do a Sechari thing here real quick, and I'm just going to ask. We only talked about operations, and we are not even going to get close to even hitting half of this roadmap. Do we want to talk about it again on this coming Monday? The roadmap?
Well,
it's
I
possible. I would.
right.
I don't know. Sechari should
All right.
certainly have an opportunity to get in on it, and I'm okay with that.
I agree. So let's do one more section because I really think we only have time to do one more section. Redna, what's your... I have a bunch of stuff about GSF, so that I actually got to talk to the designer at the cantina about GSF
Well,
for a
then
good
let's
10
put
minutes.
your stuff that you've got, since you might as well tell people where you got some exclusive information
Okay.
and then give it to us.
So I was at the cantina on Friday. I got to at least meet a few people who watch us. Got to talk to a few people. I got to talk to Zed, and I'm gonna butcher your name, Yadira, Bania, and Angel. Really nice folks. We got to talk for a little while, but while we were there, I got to also talk to some developers and get some stuff. And I have the Chiss Ascendancy shirt on. I have to try and stand up. There it is. Yay, with my cord on. We got one of the shirts that they gave out, I think, at one of the first cantinas with all the classes on it. It had the combo symbol in the middle with all the classes on it. That shirt's really cool. And then just a basic SWTOR t-shirt. We got
And you're going to send me the basic one, right? Because
yeah.
magic love.
We got the Chiss, the poster for the new Flashpoint, and I actually got Timothy's on to sign it. That was pretty cool.
So is this you boasting or bragging it in? Rubbing it in? Because the brag and rubbing in right now, I feel the burn right here.
And then we got the book. And I think some of you already got this. If you had been
What?
to one of
No.
the earlier cantinas, I think they had given this. I swear I thought somebody else had.
Yes, I have that.
Right,
I
Redna?
think Sechari may as well. I actually inherited mine through
I
my wife.
hate you
so.
people.
So
between my
pretty
wife
cool.
and I think we have every piece of swag that they've ever given out.
Yeah. Okay, so GSF. I did have a couple other things. so they had that question and answer session, that really quick one at the beginning of the cantina. I think that actually got streamed by someone. And I was actually the one who asked about the guild tools. I don't know if that came through on the stream or not. So there's going to be guild versus guild activities, but they didn't say what. But that was the question, and it says it's on the list.
For the interest of full disclosure, who recorded and published this? So
well, since I was there, I don't know who did, but I am fairly certain that Kid Lee was streaming at the same time. And I had also heard someone periscoped it, so I'll have to do some research and put it in the show notes after.
Excellent, okay.
And SWTOR might have done it as well. I vaguely remember somebody saying it might have been streamed, at least the question and answer section. But again, since I was there, I don't know for certain, but I'll have to do some research and put that in there. Conquest is changing was also mentioned. I have 6.0 here, so I'm not sure if it's going to change in 6.0 or if it's changing with the roadmap update. Okay, so
Arthur says that Kid Lee showed the Periscope video on his stream.
Okay, there you go. I knew Kid Lee was doing something. I just couldn't remember the whole thing. So I was talking to the GSF designer, and prior to that, I asked Keith basically why it is that we've waited all this time to have anything done with GSF. I don't play it, but it's like been the same for forever, and everybody's been asking for a long time. And he said that the designer wanted to do something, or the developer wanted to do something, but he couldn't get permission, and so Keith basically said, "Go do it."
Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioning that, right?
What do you need to get it done? And so he started tweaking it. So that designer or developer was saying that he's looking to make more builds meta. He wants more builds to be meta. He said there's a few builds that are 10, one or two that are 11s, and the rest are 4s. And he wants to bring everything up towards being more like 10s. He said a couple of really good players will come in and wreck face and then, and rule the whole game, and everybody else kind of ends up being frustrated. He said he didn't like the fact that the price of entry was so high and the learning curve was so bad for newbies for GSF, so he wants to try and flatten that out, he said. Requisition's going to be legacy bound? Was that already mentioned?
Not tonight. No.
All
was it
the
in the roadmap?
currencies are, right? I believe it was in the
Right.
roadmap.
He said you'll be able to use comms and then go buy requisition with that if you wanted to be able to improve your ships. He wants to make all the ships competitive. So he said currently, the one ship that everybody wants to play, he said it's like the Star Wars ship. Nobody plays because it sucks, and he said he wants to fix that because everybody wants to fly the Star Wars movie ship. I think that's...
So I forgot to mention also like the companion coming back, Reina Temple. Just throwing this back from a previous episode that I was annoyed that the agent got almost all their people. Oh my gosh, look, there's another one. Okay, just saying.
That was mentioned. Why it is that all the female characters' romances are, like, not there. Why
well,
not?
I mean,
neither's
from
my
that
gunslinger.
aspect, I get it.
Right.
Neither of
So-
my gunslinger options are available. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very upset. My wives can go rot. It's been, 7 years at this stage and not a single holo call? Like, I'm
At least
filing
Tori
for
and sending love
abandonment at
letters.
this stage. This is absurd.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm
so
just gonna
that's...
say. So what is that left? Vector? We need Vector back. That's it. Because we've got Cleo. We've got
the agent?
Scorpio. Yeah, we've got Cleo. We've got Scorpio. We've got Loken. We've got now we're getting Reina Temple.
I don't care about the bloody imps.
So I think Vector is like the last one you need. So I feel messed over. And like the bounty hunter, you can get Torian, you can get the Jawa. Forgot his name. Little dude, cute little guy.
Blizz.
Yeah, Blizz. You can. I think
Has
you can get
Corso come
Sketch.
back?
Corso, no,
No.
heck no.
Okay, so none of the romanceable,
Hey, I like Corso.
none of the romanceable companions for the gunslinger in any way, shape, or form have returned.
So Mako's like the only one really for the bounty hunter that's not bad because you get Galt.
Yes,
So-
but didn't I hear Mako's coming back?
Yes.
I heard. I don't
Yes.
know. I
heard
heard
that
that
through the
people were
grapevine.
mad. 'Cause she
Yeah,
wasn't
that
coming
was. I believe they mentioned Mako on the stream.
back. Okay. Well, maybe that's why I didn't know about that.
Well, and
And I
also,
So I'm
Just
just saying,
mention-
we just need Vector back, and the Aegis is done.
Yeah.
was there anything
Um,
that came out on the story beyond the fact that we know that Timothy Zahn, legendary Star Wars contributor,
No.
creator and inventor of the Chiss, is coming back?
No.
In a chapter, a traitor among the Chiss, pointing a new planet from the Chiss ascendancy, and all the flashpoints going forward are going to have solo modes. We know that much on the side of story. Do you know
Yes,
anything
I'm
else on
sorry. I
that?
was going to tell you that. Yes, that's Keith told me that too.
Okay.
After I said I don't like flashpoints.
And Darth Hexed was the dark side option for the DVL event, right?
Yes.
Because we know that he's coming now to everybody, right?
I thought it was a she.
I thought
both
they were both
names
girls.
she's. Yeah.
They were both girls.
She's a Zabrak, and then,
Oh,
of
she,
course, we had
whatever.
Master Ranos,
Yes.
that was a female Chiss.
This extra
Yeah.
companion that never got released will now be given to everybody. But the light side just DVL, you still had to contribute, and that's the only way to get it, right? It's not like they've brought
Right.
that other asset back. So they're actually releasing an asset that they've never released before.
See, I personally think they should have done another Dark versus Light event for the people who weren't playing at that point, and then the only option would have been to get Darth Hexed. So then if they would have completed the whole event, they would get that companion. And then if the people who did the first Dark versus Light event
Yeah.
wanted that companion, they'd do it over again.
F that. I do not want to see
I
that
would.
stupid event ever come
would.
back again.
I
I'm
liked
done deleting characters in order to do that event.
No, man, I just
I-
moved them to different servers. That's why my legacy is so far spread, because I was like, I don't need this tune, I don't need that tune, I don't need that one.
I'm sorry, Redna, but I really do think that the Dark versus Light event actually was effective for the game.
Yeah.
I know
It
you
may
were.
have
you
been.
were
I never want to see
I-
it again.
I know you were irritated with it, but it actually, I think, was very good for the game.
Yeah,
has
it was
been
so
so
wonderful
sad
that they
they
gave
did
us
it.
like 5,000 achievement points to pursue, and then forced any of us that are completionists to go in there and actually get it done and get all the little rewards, and then at the end of the day say, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're deleting all of those." Yeah, that was
No, man, the
intentional.
leveling
You
gear.
spent months
The
at this,
leveling-
but who cares?
All I
Bye-bye.
can say is,
They
all I can
gave it
say
back.
is, you should not be a completionist.
That's
Absolutely
impossible.
I was
true. That is the lesson I learned.
110%
I stopped
Phil.
trying to do lots
Like,
of stuff in this game
I was
and
just
stopped
like, I want
wasting
this,
half
this,
of
and
my
this.
time because as a direct result of that move by BioWare.
So there you go.
So I agree.
Do not be a completionist. You will be much happier.
Yes. Do not invest significant time in the game. Don't strive for significant goals that are put before you because BioWare will take them away at the drop of a hat.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but they
precisely.
I'm
eventually gave it
invested in the
back.
game. I'm just not a completionist. That doesn't mean I'm not. It just means I play different than you.
Yes,
The
I
uproar
know.
was so huge
I
over
didn't
that though,
say-
Redna, that they did put it back. Like when I go through and look at my Dark vs. Light event, it says 100% completed. Yeah, because I worked my butt off and got that leveling gear, baby. Oh yeah, I hate leveling Guardians. Like that.
Okay.
I don't have enough.
So how about we finish GSM before we get into DVL debate?
Yeah, so GSF, we're
What
getting
else
a new
did you
map
want to talk
over
about? You're
IOCAST.
excited about it. What?
Oh really? That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
We're getting
Mhm.
a new map over IOCAST. I'm going to
Yep.
assume, although it's probably going to make an arse out of us, but
Redna, we can't hear you.
it's probably both. They should be able to hear me. My levels are bouncing, so they should be able to be making us a 4v4 as well as a deathmatch over IOCATH. One would assume deathmatch is easy, so
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't know what type of modes there are.
they didn't mention, but there's only 2 modes and they're adding 1 map, so I'm going to assume that they're going to put both on there.
Okay. All right.
Boy, that would be interesting. I might actually play a couple times just to see the new map, and then once I get murdered sufficiently, I'll just stop and not go back in.
Well, he said they're going to try and make that better. I don't know how long it's going to take them to do that, but
they should have Timothy Zahn do like a writing for that, and then I might actually go in and do it. Like, let there be a storyline to while you're doing GSF. Otherwise, no. Do 2 or 3 matches and I'm done. That was the worst part of the DV element. Those 5 matches were killer.
The one thing for GSF that they could do that they have not told us they will, so don't get your hopes up, but the one thing that they should do is that since this is something that you can do from level 1 that's completely independent of what your character is in any way, shape, or form, it should be legacy-wide. Period. Whatever character you're on, you should be able to fly your GSF ships. Teched out however you can. It should just be legacy-wide. And now that they're making the currency legacy-wide, they should make the ships legacy-wide as well.
But then on the other hand,
what?
Your character that you get decked out, you can't just move it over, so I don't know that your ship should be.
You know what? This is one of those things that perhaps PMing Moscow or Keith on the forums
They are fully
might be
aware that this is what they should have done from launch.
And they're like, too bad.
I'm just saying,
suck it
I'd
up,
like to
Brenna.
see it. They're starting to make some of these reasonable things, such as that we know we're going to be getting a legacy deposit for actual credits from our characters.
That's what I have been begging for. But what I want, the caveat for that, is that when you do repairs and it has that little guild box that you can click, that there's also the legacy box next to it. So, like, if you've got a brand new tune that needs repairs, you can click it.
I don't want a box. It needs to pull straight from my legacy if it's not available in my own inventory, just like they do for the legacy cargo hold for any of your crafting mats or anything like that. You don't have to go and click anything. You don't have to go to it and pull it out. You get it.
Maybe. I don't know. I like the actual bank idea system where you have to withdraw and deposit. Like, I like that. So that's personally. I wanted to say something about the little boxes that they're dropping now. Like, you know how when you do the CXP, you get the boxes that you click and open? Crates. Gosh, I couldn't think of that word.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought there was something I was missing. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I did not get one of those.
Anyways, they are having an option that you can get a grand chance cube in there. So people who never do GTN stuff, you might get some GTN stuff. Just
and CXP buffs you can get out of it now. And
I haven't got that, but I have got actual packs that you click and it gives you like 260.
Which is why I can say it. And on top of that, you'll also be able, from what I heard, now this is secondhand information, that you actually can get more CXP boosters. You know, the little, you know, like when you kill a boss, you get a thing that you consume and it gives you CXP. You have a chance to get that too.
Plus 200 thing, yeah. Yeah, I've gotten that. Oh, so also since we're talking CXP, the thing that a lot of people are really upset about is, you know how you like rushed really hard to get to 300 so you could pay for like the 2 million or whatever to get the unlock to give a 25% boost to all of your other characters on that legacy for their CXP? Well, now if you have unlocked that, you still have that base 25%. However, if you, like, say I have it on my mercenary, if you
make 16 mercenaries, it's not going to work.
Right, if you get 16 mercenaries, you're not going to get the up to 100% CXP. But if you make an operative or a smuggler, or you make a, marauder or sentinel or a sork or sage, and you get one of each of the 4 options there to 300, you stack another 25% and it caps at 100. So that's also something they've added. And a lot of people are upset about that because they're like, well, I have, 10 marauders that are already at 300. Let me just say this. This is how I see it.
Get some diversity in life.
If you wanted class buffs, you had to level at least 4 separate classes to get those buffs. Otherwise, you're in a raid group going, guys, I need buffs, because the other people who did that, they can buff you because they have those buffs. This is just a different kind of buff. You have to level up 4 different classes to the 300 CXP, and then once you get them there, you get the extra 25% per as a buff to all of your other characters on that legacy. So while a lot of people are really upset about it, to me, like, I've been playing, almost 6 years, so to me, I'm just like, it's just another buff. Like, not a big deal. Like, I've been there, done it. So for people who are freaking out, maybe might try looking at it that way, so it's not such a bummer to you. Like, you
Bump
have
that.
10 of 6
I'm just
left,
excited
but...
that what we've seen is that BioWare has decided to implement this in a fashion that actually makes this more alt-friendly. One character doesn't rule them all. Whether or not the story has any creativity or diversification within it, at least playing multiple different characters is going to benefit all of your characters more.
Yeah.
Yes, it's split across different base classes and their mirrors, so it really is. Unfortunately, you can't like get 25% doing a gunslinger and then get 25% doing an agent. You do have to do different base classes, different mirrors. But,
which is exactly what they did with the original class buffs. That's why in my brain it made sense to me. People were really upset. I'm like, it's not that different. It's really the same.
So I'm happy about that. It's actually making it a little bit more alt-friendly and alt-incentivized, particularly because if you do like playing alts, you're going to want to play more alts and actually get them to that 300 to maximize your ability to actually get gear. Also, the whole point to doing the CXP grind is to get gear for the different base classes. You can legacy transfer your set bonuses between your mirrors. So it makes sense that you should split the mirrors in order to maximize your percent return in order to get the gear across all the different mirror types. Okay, rant over.
That's a little too mathy there, Redna.
I like
I'm
numbers.
just happy that they're tweaking the system. I would have had one character to 300 by now if having alts made a difference instead of having to focus on one. I don't, so maybe I will, but honestly, I'm still not grinding CXP. But
yeah, it's going to take me a long time to get all 4.
that just is absolutely not of any interest to me whatsoever. But
I've got 1 to 300 and 2 in tier 2.
I have 2 in tier 2, and I'm quite happy about that. I was kind of like, woo! Oh, that was hard, like getting them to that.
That's what she said.
So we mentioned the 3
I'm
group
happy.
finder PvE.
Wait a minute, real quick. I'm really excited about the unassembled components coming back.
Yes.
I'm excited about
that
they're
when you
becoming
disintegrate.
legacy-bound.
Well, when you disintegrate now,
yeah.
you get the unassembled component.
Rather
because
than
when you
CXP.
because PvP is usually what I play if I'm by myself or whatever, and so because I hate grinding like stuff, repeatable content, so I'm not grinding heroics for CXP. I just want to go and play. So if I don't have an operation going or something like that, then I'm playing PvP. And PvP, like it took you forever getting unassembled components. I have like 30 of them. That's it. Really like annoying.
Yep.
So
no,
I'm
I'm very, very glad that this is becoming a legacy currency. Freaking fantabulastic.
And they have new special augments dropping in the new Flashpoint. Mm-hmm. That makes that good too, because then people will actually do it maybe more than once. I don't know.
But
But
are reverse engineerable for crafting.
Yeah, it says craftable augments, so I doubt they would drop it and then say craftable with you not actually being able to craft them. Right. It's like when they just recently brought back like reusable stems and med packs and stuff. Like, obviously, if you can't craft it, it's kind of pointless, but you have to have a level for it. So these will be level as well. Like you can't put a level 10 character with that augment in.
Now speaking of which, okay, so I believe we mentioned earlier that if you do the new group finder 3 times for PvE activities, you get a title, right?
Yep.
So the other thing is that between November 8th and the 28th, you're going to want to use the group finder for 3 PvP matches because you're going to get a United Forces Warzone Recon title for that as well.
Oh, and you know how in your command thing you can disintegrate things to get more CXP? It's no longer going to work that way. That'll be different too now. Instead, you'll be getting like components.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but that's not just from like your PvP and stuff. Like items you disintegrate in your little crates is how you can get those too. I didn't hear you guys mention
it's the PvP currency that you're giving you for the disintegration instead of CXP.
Disintegrate. Right.
Speaking of which, by the way, in all of your PvP shenanigans for the both of you, because apparently you're both becoming addicted, even though you both refuse to come to my whip.
Excuse me, I'm at whip every other week except for the last week.
I've been there for the last few weeks.
That's because I've been gone on Thursdays. All right, go on.
Bolster's increasing to 242. What do you guys think of that?
I am super stoked.
I am.
'Cause
And I have a
PvP
raid
is really
Thursday night.
brutal.
Thank you.
PvP is really brutal if you're not fully geared. So, it's brutal.
There's
So
a massive
I
difference
agree.
between my geared Sork and my brand new Sork that I just got to level 70. I intentionally wanted to see the difference without doing legacy gear. Oh my gosh. It was
Right?
super painful. I was
Right?
like, ooh, no
Really,
thanks.
really painful. Like I had a guildie who was like, "Yeah, no, I have to drop. I'm not getting. This is not fun."
Yeah.
He dropped out.
It's ridiculously painful to get through on those characters. It's insane. I mean, I have
So-
legacy gear, but like it's expensive with as many tunes as I have, and then I have like heals and DPS of several of those classes. Like it's expensive to have legacy gear for 2 sets like that. Like I'm always broke because of legacy gear. Gosh dang it! By the way, has anybody noticed the dark versus light thing that says like 18 freaking hours or whatever?
Yeah, the DVL will occur
Ugh.
less frequency. They don't tell us how long it is, but it'll be a longer victory state. All I'm saying is, OMG, can't you do anything halfway? For the love of
I know.
Peter, Paul, and Mary,
One
like
extreme or the other.
18 hours. So basically, if you log in and it's not yours, just log out for the day because it ain't
Yeah,
coming back.
That's what I
is a
told
bit
my
of a-
husband.
And then,
I'm like,
you
there's
know-
no point in me playing any of my dark side tunes because
And
the entire
hopefully
freaking
tomorrow
day's
the
light
other
side.
faction wins. But if not, just wait another day. It's not like I have 24 of these boxes to open in my stinking bag, and another couple rows, I think it's another 20 of the stupid CXP boosts. Like, come on. They put a 1 there that they shouldn't have. Like, instead of 18 hours,
Like, why
8
not like
hours.
5 hours? Like 5 hours
yeah, or
is
3.
semi decent, you know?
A 3.
I think
I would
3
go with
would
3.
be perfect.
Because I mean, like the other day I was playing my pub tune, my shadow, and she is actually a dark side Jedi.
That's the best way to play a shadow, just saying.
And I've never been able I always save those little boosty things for when, it's dark side or whatever. I have a pile of those things and I'm waiting. I might as well just start using them because it never goes dark side
I never
whenever
wait
I'm on.
anymore. I never wait anymore because even before this happened, because I'm like, I don't have the patience, and I'm not going to log back on again when it's going to be dark side. It's probably going to be light side again because I've got kids and stuff to do. Like, I've got laundry and crap. I got to put kids to bed, wake them up, got to feed them. I got crap to do. I don't have time to wait on this dark versus light stuff. I just pop the stupid things. I'm like, whatever.
It's like a
I
zit.
just
You just
realized-
can't wait, you pop it.
Ew, that's gross.
Well, gross, but yeah.
I
Just
just
watch that
realized too. I have not gone through and played the traitor flashpoint yet on her, and she romanced.
Traitor, right? Yeah, right.
Yes, she romanced. Did we say we
Yeah.
could talk about it yet, or no?
I haven't
At this
done it, so
point-
don't spoil it for me. I don't
At
want to
this
know that some
point,
key
Never mind.
character is
everyone
ditched
knows.
out that I don't even care about because I don't play the content.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, we
But
mentioned
yeah.
it because Sechari was talking about his new hair, like he mentioned it before. Just saying.
It probably comes up. I tend to tune out. I have stopped listening to other podcasts that continue to talk about that stuff. Just saying. I've got one that I listen
okay.
to now still.
Anyway, are we all?
Like
are we
90% of my
done?
tunes romance that person. Just
Did we
saying.
talk about the new map of PvP too?
No, we didn't. We didn't get there because we were talking
So here's
about.
my
Dark
only
Side.
response to that is, if it's not an arena map, I'm so excited, like thrilled,
I agree.
bee's knees. If it's an arena map, could care less. And
You mean like 4x4 arena? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it is because they said it's 8 people and it says you need to find Sith artifacts for your side.
Oh, they gave some
So-
details on it. Okay, so it's a new.
Yes.
It's a new game.
That came
mode
out
entirely.
today, I believe.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
I
a new
believe that
mode.
came out today.
I did know
Awesome.
it was a mode.
Okay, good. Then I'm
So,
excited to
mode.
find out what that's about. I
Yeah,
was really
so I don't- it's
skeptical
not gonna be
for the
arena.
one on Odessin, and I've turned into a fan.
This
so.
is
I love
this
the
is a
one on
Yavin
the-
4 map. This is
Yep,
Yavin
yep,
4.
yep.
It's 8 versus 8, and it's similar to Alderaan, but you're hunting, like, your goal is not to cap things or whatever. Your goal is to hunt for artifacts. And I guess that's giving you your objective points and such. Now, I don't know, like, super big details, but that's what I read today.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting. I wonder if it turns out being almost kind of like a simulation of open world PvP.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a rather large map,
You know,
so
trying to
I'm,
gank
like, wondering.
people, something or another. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the thing with there's a little more objective. What's the word I want to say? On Odessin, it seems to me that people pay attention to the objectives more than they do in some of the other maps, especially like pylons. Like, you get more like people just smacking people around in the middle than you do, unless you have people who are actually tactical that are leading the stuff. So I'm hoping that there's a little bit more of that as well in this new map. It's fine to 1v1, I guess, here and there, but I'm an objective player on PvP maps.
I like to have some people that are like into the 1v1 and like have them go distract people while I do objectives, because I'm an objective hunter. So I'm like, you go keep them busy. I got this. Like that's my tactics. I'm like, let's do this.
All right.
Yes, and point. I forgot that. I mean, I read it, but I forgot it. But that is correct. There is also cross faction like the Odessin, like King of the Hill style map. How you'll have both pub and imp players into it. Yes. So they answered our prayers right now.
All the maps. There are no factions anymore. There shouldn't be in PvP.
Well, I'm just saying this was them appeasing us. So this will, I guess, the rest we will touch on when Sechari's here, and we'll get to hear Sechari kind of like give a little touch up of his thoughts. So that is all we're going to be able to cover for now. I have an
announcement though.
Thank you. That's what I was literally just saying.
Okay,
I was literally just saying that. Thanks, Redna. Okay. I said, I have an announcement to make. And I say I as the council. We, the council, SWTOR, have an announcement to make. It is about episode 13. It is our cosmetics competition. And do not say it is a costume contest, because it is not. It is cosmetics competition. It is a dress-up style if you want. It doesn't have to be dress up. Anything cosmetic about your character that you like. That can even include what mount your character uses, what pet your character has out, whatever. It is a cosmetic competition. We want you to take screenshots of a tune you're particularly proud of. I have a tune that looks like Psylocke from X-Men, a comic book character that I loved. I also have a tune that looks like Zatanna, also a comic book character I love, who is from DC Comics. And I'm super proud of these characters. Their cosmetics are great. The weapons they have, the hairstyles they have, the makeup. I worked hard and paid a lot of money for the dye packs for these tunes, and I'm pretty proud of them. So I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that are freaking proud. I seen a dude that looked like Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That was freaking impressive. But anyways, so this competition, we want you to take screenshots and email them to the Council SWTOR, our email that's there, the Council SWTOR at thecouncilswtor.com. Email us your screenshots. We're going to pick our favorites of them. And if each of us have our own favorite, it'll be 4. But if we agree, then it'll be whatever number, like, 1 to 3 or 1 to 2. And then we're going to tweet those out there. So if you send us a screenshot, you have to be willing to let us show it publicly. Because we want you guys to vote for it. That will be our straw poll for the week, is we want everyone to vote out of our favorites, what are your guys' favorites. So if you're shy and you don't take criticism very well and you don't take losing well, this may not be a competition for you. FYI. But yes, we want to be super excited and show you guys what we love, and we want you to show us what you love. So pretty please, screenshot your favorite cosmetics with this game. Oh, and extra points if your stronghold matches like the deal, like you can get a background of it or something that's actually in SWTOR that matches your cosmetic, because that is also a cosmetic issue with the game. Because I'm just saying, my Dromeda Kos looks like a freaking Sith worship sanctum. Okay, just so you know, I'm pretty darn proud of it on the Shadowlands. Anyways, that is our competition. Do you guys have anything to say with that, Redna or Elise? Email it to us.
Don't we have prizes to go with that too? Yes, no?
Yes, we have like cartel coins.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
We have a main prize and a couple of smaller prizes because we're limited on what we're going to let you guys vote on. So our limit is to what we pick, what we have as our favorites, and then you guys will have your favorites. But yes, we do indeed have a prize or two for that.
I know we've got at least one 30-day month sub code. I know we've got a few cartel coin codes. Sechari's got some from his coffers he's going to contribute. I was thinking of putting in a Hypercrate. It just
Okay,
depends
then I'm
on some
submitting.
involvement.
Just kidding.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the council cannot submit ours, but we can So episode 13 will be on the 30th of October. So FYI, we can put a picture of ours out there so you guys can see ours, but ours will not be in the contest. We can't win. It's kind of cheating, but you guys can. So please participate. All right. We want to say thank you to every single person who showed up here to watch us and to put up with our delays and technical issues and, Sechari being Sechari and getting Sechari stuff going on. So thank you so much.
That man bun is hard to maintain, okay?
No, I named him Sechari. Anyways, thank you so much for all of our listeners who will be listening to our podcast. Thank you so much for watching YouTube. Thank you so much for participating in our straw polls and this competition. Just because you don't think you are, we really think you are. Anyways, thank you so much. Go ahead, Brenda.
Can I just jump in again? Thank you all who, the 3 that I mentioned earlier, for stopping by and saying hi to me and chit-chatting for a while. It was a lot of fun. Really love meeting you guys. If
I heard
we're
you
out
got
again.
to meet our patron
I
in
did.
person from freaking out of town.
Yes.
It
was
over
awesome.
an ocean type sort of thing.
I don't know. He had a lovely accent. It was lovely. I don't know though. He might live in the U.S. I didn't actually ask. We were talking about games.
What good are you?
I did not pry.
Now I'm gonna message him. Just kidding.
And I'll go ahead and put it on the record. If we get at least 20 submissions, then I'll put up a hypercrate for the biggest prize. And I think they even come in different sizes. So I can do the biggest for first place, the next size for second.
Well, they have a super crate, right? They have the hypercrate, the super crate.
Yeah, so I'll mix it up.
Super crate is like 5 or something, right? Or 10, 5, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry. Continue.
All right.
That brings us to the end of the episode. The council is officially adjourned. If you would like to reach us, you can email us at thecouncil@thecouncilswotor.com. You can find Elise on Twitter at abrown35. Magic Ace, spelled the real way with a J and a K, because she's just kidding, at the Magic Ace. Redna at R3DN4. And Sechari at I am Sechari. I'm not Sechari. He's Sechari, but he's at I am Sechari. So don't forget to visit our website for all that kind of information. It's thecouncilswotor.com. Follow us on social media as well, please. Facebook in particular. I'm not there, so you will like it better. Also,
it can't be contrary to you. He's not there.
That's right. I will not get in your way. Also, don't forget our Patreon page at patreon.com/thecouncilswotor. That's it for us this week, guys. May the Force be with you.
Or the Empire.
Do not grant you the rank of master.
What? How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair. How can you be on the council and not be a master?
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Forgive me, Master.